I'm glad people stopped talking about Concord, because I don't care! When I saw the Concord trailer, I was like, oh, it'll probably have a fan base, but this looks so generic! And I was just like, this is PlayStation now. This is kinda sad. But then again, I know gaming history, and I know Sony Computer Entertainment of America has always sucked. So I want to share my feelings about the history of PlayStation. I did not get a PS2 until 2009, and there I found some pretty cool games. However, there was one title that made me care about Sony, Echo, this small, minimalistic game starring a kid with a stick, as well as a princess. Also, shadows everywhere, ooh, Shadow the Hedgehog.
This is like taking candy from a baby, which is fine by me.
Nothing haunted me more than Echo's atmosphere. A lot of people said it was great, but I had to see it to believe it. And it was a beautiful art piece that didn't sell well due to the box art. Thanks Sony of America. So because of that, I delved into Sony's side catalog, and it was a trip. In the PS1 era, from Jumping Flash to Vib-Ribbon to Ape Escape, Sony of Japan's titles were insane, as well as mostly ignored by Sony of America. Due to that, barely any of them made a splash in the US, with the ones that did eventually fading away due to lack of interest. It's a shame too, because a lot of them are really cool. Aquanauts Odyssey, the big aquarium simulator, was Endless Ocean before Endless Ocean, but the thing is that the game did not fit the narrative of what a video game could be in America, so Sony of America published it out of the blue, like a distant parent, like Elon Musk. Meanwhile, Crash was American enough to fit the narrative, so Sony gave it all the marketing, all of it, while refusing to approve a lot of 2D games because 3D is in, 2D is out. We making the money, baby! Not art, just money. And don't worry, Final Fantasy VII made things even worse. All of the marketing, all of it. So that resulted in plenty of cool games being ignored thanks to America. Even less titles were localized, all in favor of the action-packed gaming industry. So because of that, PlayStation became the trend, the big budget trend of big budget games. They would also take some trends like animals with weapons and push it into the mainstream. So because of that, every platformer has a shooting section somehow. Oh, what? You like Jak and Daxter's platforming? Well, too bad, he has a gun and it's an open world now. Sony also had some regulation, so due to that, Gregory's Horror Show was not approved in America because too cartoony or something like that. And Arcana Art had to remove 80% of the voice acting in Japanese. But who cares about cool games when we can sell? As much as I knew about the weirder side of the PS1, PS2, actually playing it while discovering new titles was mind-boggling. I had an hyperfixation on Ape Escape for a few years. It was great. So I got to know about Japan Studio, which I considered to be one of my favorite studios. But while I had fun with the PS2, the PS3 was struggling. It struggled less in 2009, but it was nowhere near as popular as the PS2. So because of that, Sony had to latch onto trends even more, but they at least localized / approved a lot more games, hoping that any would stick out. Due to that, I could appreciate a lot of Sony titles I never could have otherwise. Too bad barely any of them got any marketing. While people were making fun of the PlayStation Move or PlayStation Platform Fighter for reasons, I was too busy with Journey to even care, but then something happened. America! PlayStation. It's a PlayStation of the America. PlayStation America. Something something PlayStation America. Sony focused more on America since its titles sold a lot, so Japanese studios that experimented more got shafted, aside from maybe Asobi, who now makes some cool games. What we got was Knack and Bloodborne. Granted, there were some localizations that were cool, but the order something something, I don't remember the number, exists. Oh, there's this Ape Escape teaser and it'll be so cool. Oh. Nothing. Wait, we're getting VR for $400 and all the cool experimental titles are there. Too bad it only lasted a while. At least we got Dreams. Oh wait. So basically, aside from maybe Asobi, PlayStation did what it knows while making profits, since the PS4 sold a lot, but closed Japan studio due to money. So now we have the PS5, which is the PS4, but more boring, hence why I did not buy it. Due to that, it is clear that PlayStation does not want anything to do with the more niche crowd, as they're just like, ooh, look at this indie game, it's now a PS exclusive, there, we did the bare minimum. I don't know if this strategy works because I have a PC, all I know is that I don't care. The only thing that I care about is Astro Boy. I wish I could play it, but the PS5 costs a lot. That, as well as every other effect of late stage capitalism, has straight up destroyed my relationship with Sony or any other corporation. I grew out of defending corpors, while feeling bad about the devs stuck with the corpos. I used to defend Nintendo a bit too much, but the gamers can also be quite annoying online, as well as in real life, hence why it's not really worth arguing too much, as I'd rather spend my energy elsewhere. Do I really want to defend a company that gives no X about me? Nah. Wait, they have decent queer rep? Still nah. So, representation rant. I actually like that there's more diversity in gaming now, both within these and in the mainstream games. I'm like, that's cool. That isn't the end all for me. What kind of game is this? And what art style does it have? Or how's the writing? Life is Strange has good lesbian rep, but I hate its writing. While I am enjoying every scene of Stories of Soul the Gundog due to the writing and the queer representation. So what I'm saying is, just because The Last of Us has representation does not mean I will automatically buy the game. Same for any other video game. So when Sony releases Concord along with its other PS5 titles, I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Robot looks outstanding, unlike Stellar Blade, which I think looks cool but nothing special. Most intriguing games of the console come from third-party publishers or indies, and are just probably remasters. The thing about the PS4 is that it was a console of convenience rather than innovation. So the PS5 is taking that strategy and simply runs with it. I guess Sony of America's strategy from the PS1 era was achieved, aside from Japan, which prefers portable consoles. Maybe a PSP2 is in the works? I don't know. Those aren't my thoughts on PlayStation and Sony and why it's just another corporation, blah blah blah, capitalism bad. Wow, this video is just negative all around. It's almost as if I need to talk about modern games. That reminds me of the first 3 PS eras. Not just PS1, PS2 graphics, but a reminder of that era. We have the obvious humanity, whose simplistic gameplay along with square tiles reminds me of Bob's the Intelligent Cube, a very normal puzzle game about not letting a human being there end by using cubes. The atmosphere of both humanity and Intelligent Cube is dreamlike, surreal even. I personally think it just works, but apparently humanity has a story, so that's different. Good. Just good. Good? Good feel? I did not expect Goodfield to make a Goemon-like, but instead of just playing like Goemon, it's a third-person 3D action platformer about a universe where fairy tale heroes are real. The story is minimal, you collect some Japanese souvenirs or even trivia. Why is it there? Why is this game a love letter to Japanese culture? Because who cares? Do we really need a reason for Loco Roco to exist? No. And that's great. However, the action of Bakaru reminds me of Tokyo Jungle, fast-paced and arcadey, but at your own pace this time. And honestly, I really like that, since Tokyo Jungle has a constant timer, because or else you go hungry and you have to eat for your survival, and oh god, the timer is running low! The fact that you use taiko drums to attack is just the cherry on the sundae. Bakaru feels like such a niche game made for the heck of it, which embodies the do-whatever-you-want attitude of Japan Studio, while making its references accessible thanks to context trivia, as well as a great localization. But what about the minimalism of Ico? Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. We know the story is simple but heartbreaking, the gameplay works, graphics great, etc. I loved every second of it, and it felt like something Japan Studio would have made. However, there was a Wii title clearly inspired by Ico. Yes, it is from 2011 and it's not exactly modern, but shh! This is my video. Lost in Shadow clearly has some big eco vibes, but takes it in a new direction thanks to the Wiimote. You're a kid whose soul got separated from your body and are now just a shadow. The more stuff you collect, the heavier you are. So actually there is a fairy which you can control with the Wiimote to manipulate objects. It sounds pretty dumb when I say it like that, but actually I really enjoyed the gameplay. There is also lore scattered everywhere, so lore enthusiasts should enjoy this one. I'm glad the devs added more lore. As much as I enjoyed Ico, I kinda wished we understood what was happening a bit more. Lost in Shadow is an evolution of that in a way. It's also too bad this was the last published Hudson Soft game before they got bought by Konami. Hudson made a crap ton of cool titles for the Wii, and I should have bought Calling for $20, even though I saw a playthrough 14 years ago. One last game I will be talking about due to Ico influence is Rime. It was launched a bit after The Last Guardian. I say it is an interesting platformer that's based on exploration. I love it, plus the levels are not linear, so you can get very lost very fast. Annoying, yes, but look at these graphics. No, not on Nintendo Switch. I got a bug on Nintendo Switch that prevented an area from loading. So goodbye Rime for Nintendo Switch. So I'm out of ideas for the next and final games. Wait a second.
Yeah, I know.
I gotta believe! Oh gosh, oh no, oh gosh, oh no, oh gosh, oh no. Naoncha worked on quite a few rhythm games such as the Parapas and the Lamy, as well as Vib-Ribbon. Vib-Ribbon in its infinitely generated levels truly was a predecessor to Geometry Dash, as well as the other surfing game and
Grubhub Perks give you deals on the food you love. The kind of deals that make you boogie.
all the rhythm games with so many songs you can add. The modding community around rhythm games also has evolved, making way for more. I'm getting there! What made Parappa special was that it had a story. A very simple one, but with voice acting and lore. There were quite a few rhythm games that did that, like cult classic Unison, but most future rhythm games would not adopt that until... yes, you came along. Are you happy now? Oh god, oh god, oh god! I enjoyed my time with Friday Night Funkin', as it has a few levels with cutscenes, but I suck at it. I'm having a less harder time with Guitaroo Man. Still, there are plenty of mods with their own lore told through cutscenes, Since the game uses flash aesthetics, it's easy to create your own cutscenes that fit the usual FNF vibe, which makes the game even more accessible. So yeah, as much as people look down on FNF due to its popularity, it's a bit of a result of Sony's experimentation, indirectly. So yeah, Friday Night Funkin'. Trombone Champ is also great. I guess that's how we'll finish this video. I'm out of ideas. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for other form of content. I don't know.